Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Today, we're looking at, it's healthcare again. But we're focusing in on generative AI and what it means for all you medical pros out there.
Right. It's not just about analyzing scans or predicting outcomes anymore. Generative AI, it's taking things to a whole new level.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we've been digging into a ton of research, expert interviews, even implementation studies. And one thing keeps popping up. The need for some clear competency guidelines for all you folks on the front lines.
I think that's spot on. And that's kind of our mission today. We'll break down these 6 core competencies from a pivotal study we found. It's your roadmap to navigate this AI revolution.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, competency number 1, basic knowledge of AI. Seems straightforward, but why is this so important in healthcare?
Think of it like this. It's the language of modern medicine. You got to understand the basics if you want to, keep up with the conversation, identify the right AI applications, interpret results, and just avoid those potential pitfalls.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You wouldn't operate without knowing anatomy, right?
Yeah.
So how does this basic understanding affect that patient-clinician relationship?
That's where it gets interesting. When clinicians understand AI, they can explain it to their patients, build trust, make sure patients feel comfortable in this new world of AI-assisted care.
Right, it's about transparency, which leads us to competency number 2, AI-enhanced clinical encounters. It's not replacing human touch, is it?
Absolutely not. This is all about patient-centered care. It's about making interactions more meaningful with AI insights.
Right, so how do we keep that balance? I mean, one study we found highlighted concerns about AI replacing human connection in mental health care, which relies so heavily on empathy and trust.
It's a valid concern, and clinicians need to be ready to address it. Be transparent, explain how the AI is being used, and emphasize that it's a tool. It's not replacing compassion.
Right, it's about reframing the narrative. AI is here to empower us to be better caregivers. Speaking of which, not all AI tools are created equal. Yeah. So competency number 3, evidence-based evaluation of AI-based tools. Why is this so important?
Because AI is still pretty new in healthcare, right? Like any new treatment, we got to make sure it's safe, effective, and does what it says it does.
Okay, so it's not just about does it work, it's about how well, for whom, and what are the limitations.
That's the gist. You've got to scrutinize the evidence, make sure these AI tools are truly beneficial, and meet the highest standards of care.
Now, competency number 4 really got me thinking. Workflow analysis for AI-based tools. We're getting into the practical stuff here, right?
Exactly. It's about adapting, understanding how AI can change how we work, how teams work together, even how roles might shift.
I bet that can be tricky. One study we read highlighted those hurdles, making sure systems talk to each other, clarifying roles, and just having enough resources to make it all work.
Absolutely. And that study, it also emphasized involving everyone, from clinicians to administrators, IT, even the patients. It's a collaborative effort to make sure these tools are integrated seamlessly.
So it's not plug and play. It's a thoughtful process, which takes us to competency number 5. And it's all about continuous learning, right?
You got it. Practice-based learning and improvement regarding AI-based tools. AI is constantly changing, so ongoing education is key.
Yeah, one quote that stuck with me was about co-production and co-learning with students and residents. Like, we need to bake this AI education right into medical training from the get-go.
Absolutely. Equip those future healthcare pros with the skills to not just use AI, but to evaluate it, improve it, and really shape the future of AI in healthcare.
Love it. And that brings us to our final competency for this deep dive, social and ethical implications of AI. This feels like the core of responsible AI use, making sure it benefits everyone.
Absolutely. This is about thinking bigger, the societal impact of AI in healthcare.
Things like equitable access, data privacy, potential bias in algorithms, these are all critical, right?
Yeah.
We need to ensure AI is used to promote fairness, not make existing problems worse.
Right. We've already seen how biased data leads to biased algorithms and unfair outcomes. Clinicians have to understand these risks and advocate for transparency, accountability, and ethical development of AI.
It's not just the tech, it's the values behind it. We need clinicians who are not just tech savvy, but ethically aware and socially responsible.
Couldn't have put it better myself. These 6 competencies, they're the framework for this complex world of AI in healthcare, making sure it's truly enhancing human health and well-being. And it goes beyond just individual clinicians. The research, it talks about AI-capable organization.
AI-capable organizations. Okay, what's that look like in healthcare?
Imagine building a house. You need that solid foundation. Implementing AI well, it takes more than just one person knowing their stuff. Healthcare organizations need the right infrastructure, resources, even governance.
Okay, I see the bigger picture. So what are those building blocks then?
You need good systems to evaluate and monitor these AI tools, making sure your data is good, secure, and, like we said, addressing bias. But it's also about the culture. Clinicians, everyone involved, they need to feel comfortable speaking up, giving feedback. It's a constant improving, getting better together.
It's a culture shift then, not just tech. One source even mentioned an FDA for AI, like a regulatory body to, keep an eye on things. What do you think about that?
It's gaining traction, and for good reason. AI has such a big potential impact on care, on population health. We need those safeguards. Got to make sure it's safe, ethical, the whole 9 yards.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So competent people, AI-capable organizations, and some good regulations. Sounds like a recipe for success.
It's a good start. But like anything new, there's still a lot to figure out. The long-term effects, that's where it gets exciting.
Oh, I love a good mystery. What keeps you up at night then, AI-wise?
Well, one thing that comes up a lot is that patient-physician relationship. Will AI make that bond stronger? Free up clinicians to focus on the human side of things? Or will it create distance if patients feel like they're talking to a machine instead of a person?
That's tricky, yeah. Can't lose that human connection. That's at the heart of healing.
Exactly. And then there's medical education. What skills will all future healthcare pros need? How do we teach them? AI is always evolving. It's like writing a textbook that's always being updated.
That's a challenge.
Right.
You got to give those future leaders the right tools to deal with all this new territory.
Absolutely. And then you have this idea of data-empowered patients.
Data-empowered patients. I like that. Tell me more.
Well, as AI gets more common, patients will have more data about their health than ever before. Imagine tracking vitals in real time, analyzing your genes, even running simulations to see how lifestyle choices affect your health. It's about patients taking control.
Wow, that's powerful. But I could also see it being overwhelming for some people. Not everyone wants all that data. And even if they do, they might not know what to do with it.
That's where clinicians come in. They'll need new skills to help patients understand all this information, empower them to make good decisions that fit their values.
Like translating, right? Bridging the gap between data and human experience.
That's it. And then there's another question. How will AI change patient education? Will we need new tools to help them understand all this complex AI-generated information?
Ooh, that's exciting to think about. Maybe AI-powered education platforms, personalized infographics, or even VR to make it more interactive.
The possibilities are endless. But beyond just patient education, AI can change medical education itself.
Okay, let's go there. How do you see it changing how we train future healthcare pros?
Imagine platforms that customize education for each student. No more one-size-fits-all lectures, but truly personalized learning.
No, that'd be amazing. I remember struggling through those thick medical textbooks, wishing I had an AI tutor right there with me.
And AI could change how we test clinical skills, too. Instead of just exams, use AI to create realistic simulations, so students can practice making decisions in a safe environment.
Like a flight simulator, but for surgeons.
Exactly. And the AI can give feedback in real time, helping students pinpoint areas to improve, taking medical education to a whole new level.
What about bias in medical education? Can AI help with that too?
For sure. By crunching data on student performance, algorithms could spot patterns of implicit bias, give educators insights to build more inclusive teaching practices, level the playing field for all students.
That's important. Making sure the next generation of healthcare leaders is diverse and inclusive.
And it goes beyond training individuals. AI has the potential to change how we deliver healthcare as a whole on a system level.
Okay, let's zoom out then.
Yep.
How do you see AI affecting those healthcare systems?
One big area is efficiency and cost. AI can look at massive amounts of data, find waste, streamline how things work, and make the best use of resources. Imagine systems that predict patient needs, manage supplies, even schedule appointments in the most efficient way.
Working smarter, not harder.
Right.
Using tech to free up resources for what matters, patient care.
Exactly. AI can also help with that shortage of healthcare professionals. Automating routine tasks frees up clinicians to focus on the complex stuff.
That would be huge, especially in areas where access to care is already limited.
Right. Bridging those gaps with technology. But it's not just about fixing problems. AI opens up entirely new possibilities for healthcare.
Ooh, I'm always up for that. What gets you excited about the future of AI in healthcare?
Imagine personalized treatments based on your unique genes, lifestyle, everything. Precision medicine taken to a whole new level.
That's incredible. Tailoring treatments to each person. And what about drug discovery? Could AI speed up the process of finding new life-saving treatments?
Absolutely. AI can analyze huge data sets to find promising drug candidates, predict how well they'll work, even design personalized therapies based on your genes. We could potentially cure diseases that are currently incurable.
That's mind-blowing. It feels like we're entering a golden age of medicine, all thanks to AI. But we need to be careful, right?
You're absolutely right. It's an exciting time to be in healthcare. But all this potential comes with a huge responsibility. We have to approach AI with enthusiasm, yes, but also with caution, making sure it's used to improve human health and well-being, not harm it.
It's not just about the tech itself. It's about the values that guide how we use it.
Exactly. That's where those 6 core competencies we talked about come in. They're the framework for navigating those ethical and social implications, empowering clinicians to be responsible with this powerful technology.
Right. Those 6. Basic knowledge, AI-enhanced encounters, evidence-based evaluation, workflow analysis, continuous learning, and the social and ethical side. It's all about making sure AI reaches its full potential, but in a way that protects human values and patient well-being.
Absolutely. It takes more than just individual clinicians, though. We need those AI-capable organizations, supportive regulations, and everyone talking to each other to make sure we're using this tech wisely and ethically, for the good of everyone.
Wow, this has been quite the journey. Exploring AI in healthcare, I mean. As we wrap up, what gives you hope about the future of all this?
You know, one thing is that there are more and more conversations about the ethics of AI. Researchers, clinicians, policymakers, they're all talking about fairness, bias, how AI could affect vulnerable people. It's good to see those conversations happening.
Yeah, it feels like we're moving in the right direction, making sure AI benefits everyone.
Exactly. And there's a lot more collaboration, too. Clinicians, data scientists, engineers, even patients are working together. You need that mix of perspectives to build AI tools that are safe, effective, and work for everyone.
It does take a village. We need those different viewpoints to navigate this whole thing responsibly.
Couldn't agree more. And the focus on continuous learning is encouraging, too. We're realizing that AI in healthcare, it's not about reaching a finish line, it's a journey. Always adapting, evaluating, making things better.
Right, it's about recognizing that no AI tool is perfect, but we keep striving to make them better, more fair, and more in line with our values.
It is. It's humbling and it's inspiring. And it means we all need to stay informed, have these discussions, and be willing to challenge what we think and push for positive change.
So for our listeners out there, what's the key takeaway from all this? What should they remember about AI in healthcare?
The future of AI in healthcare, it's being shaped right now. And we all have a role to play. Clinician, patient, just someone who's curious. It's important to learn about AI, join these conversations, and advocate for its responsible and ethical use.
And those 6 core competencies we talked about, they're the roadmap for healthcare professionals to navigate this new world, making sure AI is used to truly improve human health and well-being.
Absolutely. As AI becomes more integrated into healthcare, those competencies will become even more important, not just for individual clinicians, but for the entire healthcare system.
So one final thought for our listeners. As generative AI gets even more advanced in the years to come, how might these competencies change? What new skills and knowledge will healthcare professionals need? It's something to think about.
That's a great question. It reminds us that this conversation is just starting. We have to be ready to adapt, learn, and evolve alongside these technologies. The future of healthcare is in our hands, and it's up to all of us to shape it in a way that benefits everyone.
What a powerful message to end on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into AI in healthcare. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged.